Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome to Nancy Drew Danger by Design. Let's spend a little time looking around here. We've got the UTNE magazine here. A different read on life. Good intentions, they have more power than you think. The European dream. It's about belonging, not belongings. A cure for poetry phobia. Organic labeling, what you need to know. Radical middle to the rescue. Paris according to Zoo. Ask the young Frenchman who calls himself Zoo what his favorite part of Paris is, and he'll say without hesitation, the part you will never see. He's referring to the tunnels and chambers that comprise the city's catacombs, not to the 2 kilometers or so that are open to tourists, but to the 300-some kilometers which are, supposedly, off-limits to the public. For Zoo, who spends all his spare time exploring them, the catacombs are home. The catacombs were created in 1785, when it became clear that central Paris was in danger of being contaminated by its overflowing cemeteries. The remains of their former residents, 5 to 6 million in all, were dug up, carted to the network of depleted limestone quarries that lay beneath the city, and stacked in its empty caverns in huge, artfully arranged, carefully labeled piles. Because of safety concerns, the authorities have sealed off the vast majority of these ossuaries. Anyone caught trespassing faces a hefty fine. But for Zoo and his fellow cataphiles, the threat of capture only raises the volume on the catacombs' siren song. Why do I do it? Mostly because of the quiet, Zoo says. The quiet and the dark. The real catacombs are pitch black, you know? Makes you hyper aware of everything. Down there, you're as wide awake as you're ever going to be. For Zoo, going down there means donning waterproof boots. It's been an extremely wet summer in the catacombs. Coveralls and a headlamp, but when it comes to finding his way, he packs nothing more high-tech than a hand-drawn map. I don't get lost anymore, he answers with a twinge of regret. At first I'd get lost all the time. I'd wander around for hours, terrified I was never going to find my way out. Talk about wide awake. But when I started making a map and keeping track of everything I saw, and now, he raises his hand and pats it, I know those tunnels like the back of my hand. Zoo claims to be an expert not only on the layout of the catacombs, but on the hundreds of mysterious marks and symbols that have been etched into the tunnel's stone walls and floors. Some were left by ancient quarrymen, some by 19th century surveyors, and a few by criminals on the run, but everything down there, he says, has a meaning. Oh, are we going to go down there at some point? Are we going to have to figure out the meanings of the symbols? By necessity, Zoo is also an expert on quick escapes. The tunnel police can, and often do, show up when least expected. Zoo once eluded them by wriggling out of the tunnel through a 10-meter long rabbit hole that was less than 2/3 of a meter in diameter. Fortunately, he smiles, I don't eat a lot. The fact that he eats at all is due to the fact that he has a job in his other life, although he refuses to elaborate, reasoning that the less people know about him, especially the authorities, the better. However, he willingly gives out his phone number 0101614560, which he is confident cannot be traced, and encourages anyone who thinks they know something that he doesn't to call him. I know probably more about the catacombs than anybody else in Paris, he allows, but I certainly don't know everything. Yet. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to end up in the catacombs at some point. Zippy calling card. Well, shall we try it? Bess and George and Frank and Joe. Let's call Bess and George, give them a bit of an update, and also see what's going on with them.
Hello?
Bonjour.
No! Nancy! George, go get on the other line, quick. It's Nancy. And remember, talk fast. She's calling all the way from France. So where are you? What have you seen? How do you like Paris? What's Minette like? Have you learned how to design clothes?
Bess, slow down. You don't have to talk fast, okay? My dad bought me a phone card and told me to make as many calls as I want.
Oh, great. Hi, Nance. What's going on? How's Paris? Have you seen the Louvre? What about the Eiffel Tower? How many famous people have you met?
George, 3 words. Prepaid phone card.
Oh, great. Hey, perfect timing. We were just about to go for a run.
Whoa, wait a minute. A run?
Jog. I meant jog.
But you said run.
I meant jog.
You know how I feel about the R word, George.
Jog. We're going for a jog, Bess. Honest. So, Nance, tell us about Minette.
Well, she's very high-strung.
Why do you say that?
Well, the first time I walked into her office, I was almost decapitated by the potted plant she'd just thrown.
She threw a potted plant at you? Before she even knew you? That was rude.
Actually, she was throwing it at Heather, her assistant. Oh, and Bess, according to Minette, when something is cool, she says it's totally rude.
Rude. You know, that's got a ring to it. He is one rude dude. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna start saying that.
Uh-oh.
You should see how cool, calm, and collected Minette's assistant Heather is, even when Minette is totally wigging out.
I don't get it. I mean, how could anyone work for a woman who goes around wearing a mask all the time?
Despite the way Minette treats her, Heather seems almost protective of her.
Stockholm Syndrome.
What?
The Stockholm Syndrome. It's when a person who's being held hostage starts to sympathize with his or her captor. I learned that in basic psych.
How come you remember stuff like that and I don't?
Probably because you didn't take basic psych?
Oh, right!
Someone has been sending Minette threatening letters.
You mean someone's been threatening her life?
Well, not in so many words. I've only seen one of the letters she's gotten, and it was just kind of vaguely threatening. The end is near, that sort of thing.
Do you think the threats are what's causing Minette to act so bizarrely?
Or is her bizarre behavior the reason why she's been getting threats?
Good questions, and there's only one way to answer them.
Find out who sent those letters.
Just be careful, Nancy, or you might start getting threatening letters.
Have you ever heard of a fashion photographer named Dieter von Schwesterkrank?
No, but I'll bet he's young, German, and cute.
Why do you say that?
Because I have a sixth sense about these things. Go ahead, Nancy. Describe him in all his luscious Teutonic detail.
Well, he's young, German, and cute.
See?
Why do you ask, Nan?
He's pretty sure that Manette's assistant Heather has a crush on him.
Is that good or bad?
Well, it's good for Dieter's ego, I'm sure. But if it's true, it's bad for Heather. He couldn't care less about her.
He'd better be careful, or her crush could turn into something a little less harmless.
I mean, we don't really need a hint right now, but, sure, why not?
Think you could give me a hint?
You betcha.
For a while at least, until we get all hinted out.
Of course, then you can always give Frank and Joe Hardy a call.
But for now, what do you need to know?
Get more stuff. Fix the plotter machine. I mean, I think we've got everything we need for both. I mean, we've got the list, or like the, I wrote down what she had on the, well, it wasn't exactly a table, but, I wrote down all of the colors and shapes and the material that the stuff that she has was or is made of. She wanted more stuff like it, but different. So I think I probably don't need any hints for this. Also, we have the instructions for fixing the plotter. But sure, let's ask about it.
I have to fix this plotter machine thing that's in the office, and I'm not sure how to do it.
Well, since adjusting one setting can cause the other settings to change, try keeping one of the settings constant while you change the other two.
Like choose a setting for vertical pitch, then systematically change the horizontal pitch and the ink intensity.
You have to keep printing out test patterns to check your progress.
But keep at it, Nan. You can do it.
All right, thanks for your help.
You bet.
Bye.
Okay. Should we call the Hardy Boys as well? Why not? Uh, 3013. Uh, 1280 4865.
Hello?
Hey, Joe, it's Nancy.
Nancy? As in Drew? I thought you were in France.
I am in France.
Frank, pick up the phone down there. It's Nancy Drew calling from France. Everything okay?
Everything's great.
Hey, Nancy.
Hi, Frank. Whoa, you sound out of breath.
Not out of breath, out of shape.
Me? Hey, you're the one who's been taking a break for the last 2 hours.
Break from what?
Carrying furniture upstairs. Carpet layers are coming to redo the basement tomorrow, so we gotta get everything out. And I use the term we loosely.
Hey, I'm pacing myself here.
You're in the kitchen eating jelly donuts, aren't you?
Not anymore.
I'm calling you from the apartment where I'll be living while I'm here.
Is it nice?
It's great. It's in the Latin Quarter. I didn't tell you guys, did I?
Tell us what?
Who my roommate is.
Is it somebody we know?
Jing Jing Ling.
Jing Jing Ling? The model? You're rooming with J.J. Ling, the famous Australian model?
Yep.
You're not talking about me, are you?
Oh my gosh, that was her? That was J.J. Ling?
Joe, just calm down.
I'm calm. I'm very calm. I am completely calm.
The heck you are. Now sit down. You're hyperventilating.
I finally met Manette.
So what's she like?
Very temperamental. It's like working around dynamite. One false move and she goes off. And I mean, she goes off.
Is she talented?
I guess so. She's in the process of designing a dress for the First Lady.
Of the United States? That's pretty cool.
Unless something goes wrong and Minette loses it. If that happens, it could turn into an international incident.
Minette's studio is something else.
Before you left, you mentioned it was an old windmill or something?
Right. It's in an old moulin. That's French for windmill.
Like that cabaret, the Moulin Rouge.
Exactly. And like the Moulin Rouge, Minette's windmill is in the section of Paris called Montmartre. The outer office looks like any other modern office, but Minette's studio, which is inside the moulin itself, is very old and funky.
How long has she been there?
Only about a year or so, long enough for her to throw paint all over the wall in a fit of anger.
She throws paint?
Among other things.
Yikes.
I'll let you go.
Call back anytime.
See ya.
All right. Let's look around some more. Nothing we can do in the kitchen except talk to her. Yep. I think we already read that newspaper in our previous episode. Yeah. So I think we're going this way. Proceed to the next day. I mean, it was getting late and we weren't allowed to wander around. What time exactly is it? Can I tell? Oh yeah, that's the calling card. And that's the assignment. And camera. Bag for the stuff we need to buy. Is it already next day? Because didn't it say day 2 at some point or another? Let's see if we can go outside. Was there a side? No, there wasn't like a corridor or anything for us to explore. Oh, I guess it is the next day. Was the cafe over here? I think it was, wasn't it? No, it was just this place.
What is it now?
I didn't mean to talk to you, actually. I kind of got here by accident. I was going to go to the cafe to meet this person who I need to take the photos to.
I hear that you used to date Minette.
That is correct.
But you're not dating her now?
No.
Because...
You would have to ask her. She broke up with me by leaving a message on my cell phone, and she hasn't said a word to me since. It was an unforgivable outrage. I don't claim to be a paragon of virtue, but even I didn't deserve that.
You've had no contact at all with Minette since she broke it off?
None. All my dealings with her now are strictly professional, with Heather handling any and all communication between us.
Have you tried communicating with her anonymously?
Are you accusing me of something?
No, I'm just curious.
Curiosity is not necessarily a good thing, Fräulein. I try to remember that if I were you.
Okay, You didn't answer my question, though. Let's make a note of that. Didn't answer.
How well do you know JJ Ling?
As well as I care to. The way she's always pulling out that annoying word game and begging people to play. And did you know that she won a lottery back in the States? That's right, she's actually filthy rich. What kind of person models when she's filthy rich? There's something not quite right about that girl.
Word game.
Is it true that you keep a pet boa constrictor in here?
Don't be ridiculous. I would never keep an exotic pet like that in here. Although I may have lost an exotic pet like that in here once.
But you found it, right?
No, never did. But don't worry. I'm sure it's found its way out by now. They get pretty active when they're hungry, you know, and I haven't seen it for months. But, just in case, watch where you step.
Au revoir.
Drop by again?
I don't think he really meant that. Yeah, I meant to turn straight around when I got here. Are the photos in the envelope? Let's see. We've got a lot to read here. I think we've read the paint thing, but everything after that is new, I think. Met Dieter von Schwesterkrank, a fashion photographer who needs me to develop some film for him. He seems helpful. Someone slipped a threatening letter under the door of the Moulin. Heather says Minette has been receiving letters and phone calls like that since April. It's a safe bet they have something to do with her odd behavior, which means it would help to know who sent them. Unfortunately, Heather made me put the letter in Minette's Dodo box, along with the others that Minette's gotten. Guess what I need to figure out how to open? Yeah. There's this really interesting article in the Utne magazine at Jingjing's about this guy who explores the tunnels and catacombs that are under Paris. Sounds like he knows more about them than the authorities do. Apparently, Minette used to date Dieter von Schwesterkrank, this German fashion photographer who works out of Paris. Only she dumped him rather unexpectedly. If he's bitter about it, and who could blame him, that could explain the nasty letters and phone calls she's been getting. Dieter thinks Heather has a crush on him, and I kind of think he's right, which is too bad because Dieter says there's no way he could ever be interested in her. JJ Ling may be a famous model, but she acts like a totally normal person. Her apartment smells wonderful because she's always baking cookies, and I could listen all day to that Australian accent of hers. One of the nice things about staying with Jingjing is being able to read an English version of the daily newspaper. It'll make it easier to keep up with what's going on in Paris. Metro stop Hôtel de Ville Okay. So let's pick the right stop this time. Hotel de Ville. City Hotel.
Oui?
Excusez-moi, mais êtes-vous Monsieur Traquenard?
Please, in English. I do not wish to hear my native tongue butchered while I eat. As for my name, not Traquenard. It is Jean-Michel Traquenard.
Jean-Michel Traquenard.
Traquenard! Traquenard!
Traquenard, Traquenard.
Enough! What can I do for you, Mademoiselle?
Drew, Nancy Drew. I've just started working for Minette as an assistant.
Oh? What happened to Ezer?
Elzer?
Ezer Mickey.
Huh? Oh, Heather McKay. No, Heather still works for Minette. I'm kind of working for both of them.
Our Lady of the Mask has fired 3 assistants in the past 5 months. I hope you are not next. In fact, that Ezer has managed to avoid the axe for this long is truly remarkable.
Here, I'm supposed to give these photos to you. They came straight from Dieter von Schwesterkrank's darkroom. I printed them up myself.
You are quite doué as a photo developer. Bravo for you, Nancy Drew. Merci. I was afraid Ezer had forgotten. So, you had the pleasure of meeting Herr von Schwesterkrank, eh?
It sounds like you don't like him.
Not like Dieter? C'est impossible. Dieter is a very enterprising young man, which in most cases is good, but when arrogance enters the picture, pff. So, do you, like Ezer, hope to leave your mark on the world of couture?
Would it be bad if I said yes?
In the world of couture, a single creation worn by someone famous to a high-profile event, such a dress can be worth a fortune in publicity, which makes it a desperately competitive world. A dog-eat-dog world. A world where bad things can and do happen to good people. You must order something. I insist. La carte, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, but I'm really not hungry.
Mademoiselle.
Thank you. I mean, merci.
Order anything you want. Everything here is superb. And Henri, he is the best waiter in all of France.
Well, in that case...
Let's see.
The cannelles sound good, I guess.
Oui, mademoiselle.
Merci. Henri, ajoutez-le à mon édition, s'il vous plaît.
Certainement.
Chicken dumplings. You are going to love them.
Yes. That was wonderful.
Excusez-moi, mademoiselle.
So, what else do you wish from me?
Wow. Okay.
Do you have any idea why Minette wears that mask?
I believe she is the victim of botched plastic surgery.
Oh.
Do you have proof?
No, but I tell you this, Nancy. Some women with noses that would put birds of prey to shame are perfectly content with their appearance, while others with acceptable features are convinced they are more hideous than Frankenstein. Self-image. It can make people do strange things.
If you had to name Minette's worst enemy, who would that be?
Ugo Batelli, without a doubt. Not only do he and Minette have similar design styles, so that they are constantly competing for the same couture clients, but both of them are unthinking, socially inept egoists. It is a rare week that goes by without one of them insulting the other.
Has it ever gone beyond words?
Not to my knowledge. You ask very curious questions, Mademoiselle Drew. They make me think you know more than you are saying. And as a member of the press, I'm not sure that I like that.
Do you have a real office somewhere?
When I'm writing my column, I go to my office at Glam Glam. When I'm researching my column, I come here. I have my telephone, which can do everything save sing the Marseillaise, good food, and a chair for whomever stops by.
All right.
How can I contact this Hugo Butterly person?
His phone number is right here in my digital assistant. Of course, it's extremely unlikely that you will be able to talk to him in person. Even I occasionally have trouble penetrating the wall of sycophants that surrounds him. So, what else do you wish from me?
I'm staying with JJ Ling, the model. Do you know her?
But of course, I know everyone who is anyone when it comes to fashion. And Gigi, she is a breath of fresh air.
But what about JJ Ling?
You mean Gigi Ling?
No, I mean JJ.
Gigi.
JJ.
En français, you pronounce G like J and J like G. She may very well be JJ in America, but in France, she is Gigi.
Okay.
How well does she get along with Minette?
From what I hear, very well. Which is surprising when you consider all things. I assume she told you how she was tricked into a current contract with Minette.
No, she didn't. Minette tricked her?
If you do not know, you will have to ask Gigi. Just because I know everything that happens in the world of haute couture does not mean that I repeat everything.
Okay, that's a very wise philosophy to go by.
I'd better get going.
À tout à l'heure.
Okay. So where do we need to go next? Was the market where we needed to go to at Place Monge or at Bonneuf? Wow, we've got several directions we can explore here.
To the memory of the French fighters.
Okay, well, I mean, to the French fighting force, actually, but, yeah. And then 1940/5. I wonder if we're going to need that somewhere. Oh. Okay. Is this just for us to look at, or... Apparently we can crank it. Aha. Truc de Monique.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. I saw you looking at the monument over there with the Cross of Lorraine. You are a tourist?
Actually, I have a job here in Paris, but it's only temporary, so I guess I'm kind of a tourist.
Tourist or no, if you like the bargains, you have come to the right place. What captures the eyes?
Well...
I mean, let's see. At the studio, there was a blue barrel. Everything was made of metal. There was a blue barrel, a red lid, a dark minty green bucket, and a red bar stool. And the bar stool had like, it was made of metal, but the seat was leather. So, I mean, the golf club is metal. And then, so is this. And this. Nothing was in miniature, though. I mean, there was red there, and this has red in it as well, so that's like one quality that it's got in common with the other items, but it's different. And then I mean, there was the blue barrel, and this is kind of like it's a can, and it's made of metal, and it's sort of kind of like that, but in miniature. Only it's not blue, so I don't know. This has some blue stuff in it. Is it like a miniature lava lamp or something? And then I don't know.
Is this just red lipstick?
That is red lipstick, like you will find in nowhere else. So red and full of moisture that your lips will look like tropical flowers from dawn until dusk. To you, I sell it for only 19 euros.
It's still just lipstick. €1.
19 euros, that is the price.
Then I'm not interested.
See anything else you like?
Wow. Okay. Jeez. Let's look around a bit more.
Actually, I don't see anything else.
Yeah, new things come and old things go all the time. You must come back.
I might just do that. Au revoir.
Au revoir, mademoiselle.
So yeah, Monique's stuff, I guess. Okay. Okay. Weird and a little disturbing. À vendre.
Bonjour. Lequel préférez-vous?
Parlez-vous anglais?
If you buy, I speak whatever you like. I am Malika. I sell fine things from around the world. The others here, they sell things which they pry from the muck of their basements.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Well, the teddy bear is blue, so I guess that's... We've got 195. That's the same color as the barrel. I think these are metal and minty green. I think these might be the same color as the bucket.
How much are you selling the green rings for?
They are green magic rings. They cost 15 euros.
Too much. 4 euros is more like it.
Voila. What else do you like?
Should we get the blue? No, I don't think a teddy bear will.
Guess I'm just not in a buying mood.
When you come back, maybe then I have what you like.
I'll remember that.
Merci. Au revoir.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Monsieur Marchand, à votre service.
Bonjour, Monsieur Marchand.
American tourist?
Sort of. Is that okay?
I like Americans. They are smart. I sell good stuff and they can tell. So, what are you going to buy?
Well...
This is a reference to the carousel game, the haunted carousel. I'd very much like to buy it because it's a reference. Oh, hello. You've got lids in different colors. We had a lid back at the studio as well. So... And this is kind of sort of reminiscent of the barrel. And this is metal and red, only a different... We had a lid made of metal. So I wonder what she means. Same but different. Like, do they need to be the same item? Because here we've got a couple of lids. Oh, I guess... Is this like some kind of tape instead of a lid though? Or like a reel of film or something, because it does seem to have like a label on it.
What's in here? A movie?
Oui, it contains an American short film. I'm not sure if it is about a beloved beast of burden in Tibet or about someone who talks a lot, but it has won many awards, and the fact that it is in a nice blue canister makes it well worth 84 euro.
I'm not into movies or blue canisters, so I pass.
What else tickles the fancy?
I mean, this is a lid, and it's metal.
You're selling a manhole cover?
It is a genuine Parisian manhole cover, one which would make a fine souvenir for someone back home. And it is only 45 euro.
I'll give you 11 euros for it.
The metal it's made of is worth more than that. 45 euro, take it or leave it.
I don't think I want it after all.
What else tickles the fancy?
This is red and made of metal.
This miniature red wagon is kind of cute.
A little dirt, a colorful plant, and voila, you have a very interesting mobile planter. It is yours for 8 euro.
4 euros is more my speed.
Vendu. What else tickles the fancy?
Should we get this? It is like a lid and metal. No, I don't think so.
I really don't want to buy anything right now.
By any chance, does Mademoiselle wish to earn some money?
Maybe. How?
The tourists, they like to buy hand-painted reproductions of famous works of art. But as you can see, it is difficult for me to paint them. But for a young woman such as you, it is easy.
You want me to paint the reproductions?
You see, the lines are already there. You look at the original painting, you put paint on your brush, you paint between the lines. Voila! A painting which the tourists will gobble up. and I pay you 15 euro for each one you complete. Do you wish to start now?
Maybe later.
No thanks. Maybe later.
Very well. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Au revoir.
So, does the stuff change?
Bonjour, mademoiselle. What captures their eyes this time?
Well, let's see.
Hasn't changed so far. Maybe it's just different on different days.
This piece of stone looks interesting.
Your instincts are very good. It is not just a piece of stone. It is a piece of history. That is an ancient key from an ancient civilization. I sell it to you for 53 euro.
Oh, is it an Aztec thing? Like, a reference to the Scarlet Hand game?
I don't think I want it after all.
See anything else you like?
Actually, I don't see anything else.
Come back soon. Perhaps I will have new things.
Okay. Au revoir.
Au revoir, mademoiselle.
So maybe I should get the lid from here.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. What do you wish to buy?
Well, let's see. This thing costs how much?
35 euro.
I'll buy it.
Vendu. What else tickles your fancy?
Nothing else for now.
I really don't want to buy anything right now.
I get new things all the time. You must come back.
I may just do that. Goodbye.
Au revoir.
And then... where was the other person? Here.
You cannot stay away. This is good. What do you like?
You're selling a wheel from a kiddie car?
With imagination, that wheel can be put to many uses, which is why the price is 35 euros.
18 euros is more my speed.
Voila. What else do you like?
Okay, we've got 4 things.
Guess I'm just not in a buying mood.
Next time I have what you want.
Sounds good. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
So we'll see if these will do.
It'll be dark in a few minutes. I'm going to head back to Jingjing's.
Okay, I guess we'll see about it tomorrow then. Day 3. It is different stories, isn't it? Police increase size of catacomb patrols. Government study shows odd findings. Rally protesting plant abuse. What? Water of the Seine cleanest in what, 8 years? Four more officers have been added to the police unit charged with keeping people out of the tunnels that comprise the vast network of catacombs snaking for hundreds of kilometers beneath Paris. Through... oh. Though the number of people arrested for trespassing in the maze of unmarked, unlit tunnels has almost doubled in the past 2 years, police say that most offenders manage to evade capture. People have no idea how dangerous the catacombs are, a police spokesperson said, especially now with all the rain. Some tunnels are underwater, some are about to cave in, and some are infested with rats and the like. Assigning more officers to the catacombs will allow us to make more arrests, and hopefully people will start thinking twice before they go wandering around down there. It's for their own good, really. Police have located and sealed off most entrances to the catacombs, but they admit that they will probably never find all the hidden entryways to the centuries-old tunnels. And while most trespassers are young people looking for somewhere new and macabre to hang out, some are urban spelunkers who consider the catacombs to be uncharted territory and take its exploration very seriously.
Oh, goody, you're back. I'm really bored. Let's play hangman. You know how to play, right?
Yeah, I mean, one of us has to guess the word. But I'd kind of like to end the episode.
No, actually, I don't.
It's real easy. All you do is try to guess what 6-letter word I'm thinking of. You just say a letter, and if it's a letter in the word I'm thinking of, I'll write it down. If it's not in the word, I'll also draw part of the guy who's getting hanged. If I finish the stick figure before you guess the word, you lose. So, you ready?
Ready.
I mean,
A.
I'm not gonna lose anything by playing, right? Let's see, what letters are also very common?
S.
Oopsie.
T.
Nope.
E.
Right you are.
Okay.
N.
That's a winner.
D. R.
Right you are.
Orange? But no, there's no A.
O.
Right you are.
Bronze?
B.
Bingo.
Z.
You won. Play again?
No thanks.
Anytime you want to play, just let me know.
See you later.
See ya.
Okay, well, I guess we don't really have anything else to talk with her about then. Let's go see if we've got acceptable items. And then if we don't, well, I guess I'll just have to... excuse me? Oh. I guess I'll just have to go back to the market then, if the items are not acceptable.
If you need to talk to Minette, good luck. She's playing that ridiculous online game she's obsessed with and refuses to do anything else until she gets the highest score. It is so aggravating.
So we've got the items. We can't just place them there. So I guess we do have to try and talk to her.
Minette! Hello, Minette! Shh! Minette?
I guess she really isn't talking to us then. Maybe we should read the stuff. In here, one of the vendors in the park, the man with a hook, said he'd pay me 15 euros for each souvenir reproduction I paint for him. Just call me Nancy Van Go. I met the fashion editor for Glam Glam magazine, Jean-Michel Draconard. It's a lot easier to write his name than it is to say it. He treated me to some food at the Cafe Kiki, and it was fantastic. I may have to go back there just so I can order some more. At the flea market in Square du Vert Galant Park, there are these vendors with all these unusual things for sale. If I ever need anything while I'm here, chances are très good that I can get it from one of them. I guess I can't really... Oh, get the highest score for Minette. I guess we'll start our next episode by doing that. Log on as Minette. What's her login? Like,
Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
Give the envelope. Hole up in Dieter's darkroom.
That's finished. Been there, done that.
Go do the buy 4 things.
Can't check that off yet.
Pick up the fabric photos.
Check.
And pick up the envelope.
Been there, done that.
Okay, cool. So I guess we'll have to figure out Minette's login details in the next episode. Hopefully Heather can help us with that. But for now, thank you so much for watching and spending a little of your time with me here today. It was lovely to have you. Please remember to be kind to yourself. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you again next time.